For a team that's coming off back-to-back Super Bowl wins, the Kansas City Chiefs have made a ton of moves that have improved this roster overall. They made many key extensions as well that will benefit this team for the years to come. They even brought back a former Super Bowl winner to help the receiver room. Former Super Bowl winning receiver Juju Smith-Schuster is signing with the Kansas City Chiefs. In 2022, Juju led all Chiefs wide receivers with 933 yards on 78 catches and 3 touchdowns, trailing only Travis Kelce in both yards and receptions. The 27-year-old signed a 3-year contract with the New England Patriots last season, but struggled with injuries and consistency. He recorded just 29 catches for 260 yards in 11 games. The Patriots released Juju earlier this month. Given the dead money associated with this release from New England, his deal with Kansas City is likely a minimum level contract. I think I saw 1.4 million, 1.7. The Chiefs have been dealing with a shoulder injury to Hollywood Brown, which may have prompted this late addition. With Brown sidelined, Kansas City has been relying on Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Justin Watson as their top wide receivers during preseason action. The team might also be seeking to add another veteran presence, especially considering Rice's unresolved legal situation. This training camp, Andy Reid and the Chiefs have been hosting a competition for the final wide receiver spots during training camp, and the addition of Juju can impact whether players like Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, or Justin Ross make the final roster. And literally, as I'm recording this, the Chiefs have released Kadarius Toney. Now, a lot of people would have said they expected this to come. I expected this to come. I'm going to talk about it a little later on in this video why I did. But Kadarius Toney, he is a talented route runner, and he's talented with the ball in his hand. Just last season and so far even in the preseason, the challenge has been getting the ball in his hands. I've always believed in the human joystick. That's what they call him in Florida. And he has showcased his insane footwork. But like I said, too many turnovers, too many passes that led to interceptions. It's been a rough season for Kadarius Toney. It sucks that guys like Sky Moore made the roster over him, and that's my opinion. But still, Kadarius Toney was just cut. But the Chiefs also made a trade to acquire in addition to this defense. The Chiefs are trading a 7th round pick to the Arizona Cardinals in exchange for outside linebacker Cameron Thomas. Thomas, who's 24, spent 2 seasons with the Cardinals and was in college, recording 39 tackles for loss and 21 sacks over 4 seasons. He was selected 87th overall in the 2022 NFL Draft. However, Thomas's transition to the NFL hasn't been as successful. After transitioning to a down lineman role rather than a linebacker with the Chiefs, Thomas had a solid 2024 preseason with Arizona. Despite that, the Cardinals felt confident enough in their depth to trade him. Last season, Thomas recorded 16 pressures and 200 pass rushing opportunities. Throughout his career, he has logged 35 pressures in 355 attempts, a rate that could fit well within Steve Spagnuolo and Joe Colin's defensive lines. And before he returns is an ideal situation for the Chiefs. The Chiefs have had an interesting training camp when it comes to these last few position battles, and it's been fun to watch. Rookie Carson Steele, an undrafted free agent from UCLA, made the most of his opportunity, rushing for 50 yards and a touchdown on just 4 carries. Steele's highlight of the game came on a 31-yard run midway through the second quarter, where he broke multiple tackles in an electrifying. The Kansas City Chiefs have found a potential star in undrafted rookie Carson Steele. Known for their creative offense under Andy Reid, the Chiefs might regularly feature a fullback in 2024, with Steele stealing the spotlight this preseason. Steele, who had played running back at Ball State and UCLA before joining the Chiefs, has been versatile in his role. The team lists him as the starting fullback on their unofficial depth chart, and his preseason performances have justified that placement. Steele has consistently gained yards after contact with his tough, explosive running style. In addition to his rushing ability, Steele has taken significant reps as a pass blocker alongside Chiefs starters in both training camp and preseason games. It's likely he'll make the Chiefs 53-man roster, further showcasing the team's ability to discover overlooked talent. We saw this as well. Isaiah Pacheco was taken in the 7th round. Brett Veach has consistently done a good job drafting for the Chiefs, and his scouting is unbelievable. I mean, he's got guys like Creed Humphrey and Trent McDuffie. Also, Isaiah Pacheco in the 7th round, like I said. And as I'm recording this, like I mentioned, Kadarius Toney was cut, but one of the players that did end up making the 53-man roster was Carson Steele. This is huge because, like I said, they could be using him at the fullback position. He's a very versatile runner as well. You now have him and Pacheco who run the ground hard. The Chiefs' run game just got so much better. In addition to his rushing ability, Steele has taken significant reps as a pass blocker alongside Chiefs starters in both training camp and preseason games. It was likely that he Nagy would make the 53-man roster, Steele could play a role in multiple aspects of Reed's offense, including short yardage rushing alongside lead back Isaiah Pacheco, who's also known for his physical running style, as well as key down blocking duties. Steele is no stranger to a heavy workload, having rushed for over 1,500 yards in his final year at Ball State. Though fullbacks are becoming rare in the NFL, with only 12 teams using the position in 2023, Carson Steele could be a revival of sorts. Listed as a running back, Steele carried the ball 4 times for 50 yards and a touchdown in this preseason game, bringing his preseason total to 11 carries for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. With the season very close, there will start being cuts made to the roster. One of those guys that I thought would be getting cut is Kadarius Toney, with Hollywood Brown likely to miss at least the first week of the regular season due to his injury, and Rashee Rice's potential suspension still uncertain. The top of the receiver group is still in good shape, assuming the entire unit is available. Brown likely won't need to start the season on injury reserve, and seems possible that Rice won't even see a suspension this season. This season, the Chiefs have a ton of depth at wide receiver and may have to take 7 again on the active roster. The more wide receivers, the better in my opinion, if they are all producing when needed. Last year, they led the league in drops, and I know for a fact they aren't trying to do that again. And I know Mahomes is so excited to bring the deep ball back. I think it's likely Kadarius got cut. It's because the Chiefs just brought in Juju and would rather have someone like Justin Ross instead of Toney, who consistently hasn't improved from his mistakes. I have been high on Toney for a while and hope he did make the roster. This is just what I thought would happen, and as we know now, he did get cut. He was released. Toney has shown a ton of potential and showcases great footwork with the ball. The problem, like I said, is getting the ball in his hands. Xavier Worthy has consistently impressed leading up to his rookie season, and offensive coordinator Matt Nagy has identified Justin Watson as the player most likely to step up in Brown's absence. Justin Ross led Chiefs receivers in snaps during the preseason game against the Lions, which suggests that his spot on the team is still under evaluation. While Ross struggled with blocking this preseason, the team seems intent on giving him more game speed reps to determine his fit. At this point, Ross would be my pick for wide receiver number 7. After showing promise early in training camp, Toney struggled with injuries and wasn't able to build on his initial progress. Comments from Nagy and head coach Andy Reid suggest that Toney's chances of making the roster are slim, and he didn't have much impact this preseason. Let me know what you guys think down below of this cut. I think a lot of people are going to be mixed about it, but majority probably expected this to happen. It's just unfortunate that he didn't improve, and we didn't see much progress from him in training camp and in the preseason. I was very excited when the Chiefs first traded for him, and he produced a lot when he was healthy and on the field that first season with the Chiefs, but after that Super Bowl, it just was downhill for him. If you made it this far and you haven't already, make sure you go down below and you subscribe and you turn on notifications on so you never miss a Chiefs video this season or any video. Comment down below what you're looking forward to most for next season. Leave a like as well. I greatly do appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.